Assalamu alaikum dear students. As we have discussed practical 2A chapter number 3 of practical 2A book, that is solution and suspension, we have covered completely all the practicals of chapter number 3. Now we are going to discuss chapter number 4 of practical 2A book, and the topic is acid and alkalis. As we have discussed in detail about what is meant by acids, what are the general properties of acids, and what are alkalis, and what are the general properties of alkalis, we have discussed in detail while we are discussing this chapter from the book. Now we are going to perform activity number 1, that is given on page number 19, and the activity title is investigate the taste of acids and their effects on the litmus paper. So first of all, I would like to tell you what is the aim of this practical, why we are doing this practical. So basically we are going to investigate, we are going to analyze, we are going to observe the effects of acid on the litmus paper and the taste of acids. So two things we are going to observe by using this practical. So in order to perform this practical, the apparatus that is required is dropper, beaker and the white tile. And the material that is required is strip of red and blue litmus papers, filter paper and dilute solutions of hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, ethanoic acid and lemon. These all are the materials that is required to perform this activity. Okay, now come towards the procedure and observations. So first step that we have to perform, we have to put a piece of blue litmus paper and a piece of red litmus paper side by side on the piece of a white tile. Then after that we have to use the dropper to add a drop of dilute hydrochloric acid to both pieces of the litmus paper, that are red and blue. And after dropping a drop on the litmus paper, we have to record the color change. If there is any color change in the litmus paper, you have to note it down. And then clean the dropper, remove the litmus papers and wash the white tile. And after that you have to add 2 drops of ethanoic acid. Okay, so by using a dropper, you have to drop basically some drops of ethanoic acid and place the strips of filter paper on the tip of your tongue and rinse your mouth and record the taste of the acid as well. You have to taste basically ethanoic acid, and you will observe that the taste of the ethanoic acid is sour. So as we have discussed about the property of ethanoic acid or all the acids that are sour in taste, so it is to be proved by using this experiment, because ethanoic acid is a weak acid, so we can taste it by using our tongue, and but we have to rinse our mouth immediately. Now after that, what we have to do, we have to do an experiment by using a lemon juice, and you have to place again the piece of blue and red litmus paper on the white tile again, and now squeeze some juice from the slice of the lemon onto the 2 pieces of litmus paper, and then observe and record the color change. If there will be any change in the litmus paper, then again you have to observe. Okay, now we are again, this is the procedure in which we again taste the strip of filter paper by using our tongue, and again we will observe that the taste of the juice of the lemon is again sour. So that will indicate that all the acids contain sour taste. Okay, now come towards, dear students, about the results of the activity number 1 that we have discussed. So come towards the result of this activity. So color change in the blue litmus paper and the color change in red litmus paper. And we have performed the same experiment with the sulfuric acid and nitric acid. By repeating the same experiment, you again have to place the pieces of filter papers, red and blue litmus papers, onto the tiles and repeat the same experiment by using sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Then after that we have to fill the table of the results, and the results basically I am basically going to tell you what will be the results. So after dropping all the acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid and ethanoic acid, we will observe that all the blue litmus paper turns their colors into red. Okay, and in the last column we will write that color change in the red litmus paper, and we will observe that after placing a drop of ACl, sulfuric acid, nitric acid and ethanoic acid on the red litmus paper, then we will observe that red litmus paper remains red in color, though there is no change in the color of red litmus paper. So only blue litmus paper converts its color into red. Okay, so after that there is also a lemon juice also follow the same procedure, and because first of all we have to write the taste of ethanoic acid that we have observed by touching the litmus paper by our tongue. So we will observe that the taste of the ethanoic acid is sour, and in the last table that is given on page number 20 is you have to use the fruit juice as we have taken lemon. So effect on the blue litmus paper, you will write blue litmus paper color will change into the red color, or red litmus paper will remain unchanged, and the color of red litmus paper will not be changed by using lemon. So in the last column you will write taste of the juice. So options are given. After tasting them you can easily write that it will be sour in taste. Okay, dear students, as we have now completed activity number 1, and now it's your turn to solve or to write the solutions of the questions that is given on page number 21. So kindly please complete the tables of the observations as well, and try to write the answers of the questions that is given at the end of the activity number 1 on page number 21. Okay students, now it's time to move towards activity number 2. As we have done in activity number 1 the taste and the litmus paper observation, while in activity number 2 we will investigate the action of dilute acids on some metals. In previous activity we have discussed about how the acids appear on the litmus papers, but now we will investigate the action of dilute acids on metals. Okay, now what are the operators that is to be required to perform this activity? So we need 3 test tubes, test tube rack, or materials that are required are dilute hydrochloric acid, and metals that are required are zinc, magnesium, iron, and 3 supplements, a box of match. So these all the materials that we need. Okay, now come towards the procedure and observation. Now you can see that the first step is we have to put few pieces of zinc into the clean test tube. So test tube must be clean. This point is very important. So come towards second point. You have to fill the test tube about a quarter full with dilute hydrochloric acid, and then you will have to observe what will happen with it. Then after that you will observe that a gas is produced. when you will pour dilute hydrochloric acid into the zinc that is present inside the test tube, you will observe a gas is produced. So in step number 3, what you have to do, hold the bottom of the test tube and record whether it is warm or cold at the room temperature. Then you will observe that a pop sound is heard. So it will be basically you can observe that it will be warm, and after covering the mouth of the test tube with your thumb for about 2 minutes, you will prepare a burning supplant and remove your thumb quickly and place the burning supplant at the mouth of the test tube, and then you will observe that the same procedure you have to follow that is shown in the diagram. Then what will you observe? A pop sound is produced. The reason is that because gas is producing inside the test tube, and that gas is burned during while we are bringing a burning supplant into the test tube. Now after performing this experiment, you have to keep in your mind, wash your thumb thoroughly with the water, or maybe you can wash your hands thoroughly by using a soap. Okay, so come towards the results of this. So result of this activity, we will discuss it, because metal you have to follow the same procedure by using magnesium and iron as well, and you have to use the same acid, that is dilute hydrochloric acid. Then after performing with the experiment with these 3 metals, you will observe that the rate of reaction with zinc is fast, magnesium is very fast, while iron is slow. So iron react with dilute hydrochloric acid slowly. And now come towards the temperature of the test tube. So in all the cases, in case of zinc, magnesium and iron, as the gases are produced, so that is why the temperature of the test tube will become hot in all the cases. And the gas that is to be formed during the reaction of metal and acid, so the gas name for all the 3 reactions will be hydrogen. Okay, so you should keep in your mind that whenever the metal or acids are react together, then gas that is formed is hydrogen gas. Okay dear students, now this activity is also being completed. Now it's your turn to solve questions that are given on page number 23. Only 2 questions are there, and I have told you about the answers of these 2 questions as well. If you are missing any points and you are facing any difficulty in solving these questions, you can play back the video and listen the lecture carefully. You can easily find out the answers of these questions. Okay, now come towards the activity number 3. Now it's the time to perform activity number 3. And first of all, I would like to tell you what is the basic aim of this activity. We are going to basically investigate the action of dilute acids on some carbonates. As we have discussed about the action of dilute acids on metals, now it's time to investigate the action of dilute acids on carbonates. So the operative that is required during performing this activity is 5 test tubes, test tube rack, stopper that is carrying a delivery tube. So the material that are required to perform this activity are calcium carbonate, dilute hydrochloric acid, clear lime water, copper carbonate, dilute sulfuric acid, sodium carbonate and dilute nitric acid. Okay, now we are going to perform this activity, and we are going to discuss about the procedures and observations that we have to make to perform this activity for investigating the action of dilute acids on some carbonates. So we are going to discuss about the first step. The first step is you have to put a spatula full of calcium carbonate into a clean test tube. So you have poured the calcium carbonate into the test tube. After that you have to fill another test tube a quarter full with the lime water. Then in the next step what you have to do, you have to fill the test tube that containing calcium carbonate about a quarter full with dilute hydrochloric acid. And in the third step you have to quickly cover the mouth of the test tube with a stopper that carries a delivery tube. The reason is that because gas is produced and we have to cover this gas inside the test tube. So dip the open end of the delivery tube into the lime water that is present in the second test tube. Now we have to observe that what will happen when the dilute hydrochloric acid is added to calcium carbonate. So we will observe that a gas is produced which forms a white precipitate when bubbled into the lime water. So you will be carefully observe that gas will produced which forms a white precipitate when bubbled into the lime water. And then we have to also write, or we also have to observe that what will happen to the lime water. So the lime water turns its color into milky color. Okay. Now we have to repeat the same experiment by using copper carbonate and sodium carbonate. And while we are performing the experiment with copper carbonate, we have to use dilute sulfuric acid. While in case of sodium carbonate, we will use dilute nitric acid to observe the whole phenomena that we have discussed with calcium carbonate and with the lime water. Hopefully you will understand what I have told you. Now come towards the result of the experiment. So the result of the experiment, first of all you have to write down the type of mixture. In case of type of mixture, as we have discussed about calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid and the lime water. Three things are there and we have to write down the effect of the gas on the lime water. Then we have observed that white precipitates are formed. And now we have to write the name of the gas that is to be produced during the reaction of dilute hydrochloric acid with calcium carbonate. So the gas that is produced is carbon dioxide. Okay. So you also have to perform the same experiment by using dilute sulfuric acid and copper carbonate. Then you will observe that the same result will be obtained by using again the lime water, and the effect of the gas on the lime water will also be the same, that is white precipitates are formed and again carbon dioxide gas is formed. So sodium carbonate and dilute nitric acid, when they react with each other, then again white precipitates are formed and carbon dioxide gas is formed. So you should keep in your mind that whenever dilute acid reacts with some carbonates, it turns the lime water into milky color and always carbon dioxide gas is produced. Okay. Now you have to solve the questions of page number 25 that is related to this activity number 3, and you have to write down the answers of these 3 questions. If you will face any kind of difficulty, you have to play back the video again and pick the concept and write down the answer in your own words. Okay, Allah Hafiz.